Hi, Bill again. So here on this demo, I'll be showing you how to build an API, a REST API. So on my previous one, I showed you how to consume it, right? So easily, right? So I'll be walking you through on the different operations, right? So eventually we connected to the database, we get people. So basically all the four operations, right? I'm going to walking you through how easily you could create a REST API. And from there, you will also learn how to consume it, right? So easily, right? So what Microsoft Visual Studio has done for us is it has created templates already, right? So it has created templates that will help us build REST REST API that can be consumed. So easily, as you install Visual Studio, I will separate a video for that one. So let's say this is let's say trees, um, trees that REST dash API. So as you have already installed this, right, and you will also need to install Postman, right? So you have the ability to make it HTTPS, right, or Swagger if this is something you would like to also use. But eventually, let's make it simple, right? So we will create this endpoints easily, right? So by default, it has created this some files and folders already, right? And as you run it, you will basically have a template already, a running template of a weather, right? So you will see here in JSON formats. You can consume that using Postman, right? So we will have a little bit higher example, right? So from here, we need to create a model, right? So a model that will basically be the structure of the database, right? Or the fields in the database. And as we create a model, so we are creating a model view controller type of architecture, right? So this trees, right? And what will be the structure of that? So let's make it simple and let's make it a string. And the database needs an ID, right? So let's have let's say, let's do a string, right? And let's say a tree name, right? So, and probably let's have tree type, right? So the type of tree, right? So let's make it simple, just a string. And now from there, we can create a controller, right? So the controller will be the endpoint, right? So eventually it's asking us to choose which type. So I'm choosing with read write actions using entity framework, right? So let's do that. And as we create it, it provides a wizard, right? So let's choose trees, the model that we created, right? So it's asking for a context, right? And on what context are we going to choose? Right, I think I made a mistake. Let's go back. Controller API, we need to use this one, not this one, right? Because we are using this behavior actions rather than endpoints. So let's do that. And let's to use the model at the same time. Let's create a new context. So the context is it will create connection to the database. And right now I don't have SQL Server. What I have is SQLite. So it comes by default with Visual Studio as you install it, right? So now let's create add, and automatically it will build all those four operations, right? And as it build all those four operations for you, easily you will have the creates, updates, deletes, and get operations already, right? So as you do that, right, so you will see here um, the routes, right? So you'll have API. Obviously, you could change that, right? So that's the endpoint. Then you will have a guide here, right? Like API trees to be able to get all the trees, right? And at the same time, Same with the ID and updating the trees, right? And so on. So easily, that's how you create a REST API. So to be able to basically learn more, I have publicly provided the scripts or the codes in Git, right? So you can go to Git under my Git account. You could copy this code, right? Copy this and clone it, right? And you will have access to the codes that I have demonstrated earlier. All right, so I hope I managed to help you. And follow for more. I will be showing you how security is done on REST API, like OAuth, client credentials. You get to understand that. So next time you encounter those authentications with third-party applications, once you do an integration, you will not get stuck, right? So it's a matter of like understanding the architecture and understanding how it is created. So basically, as you reference and work and collaboratively work with the documentation of the application you're integrating to, so you have to get to have a feel what it is talking about and how to integrate to it. So follow for more. I will please like and subscribe and learn from more from my channel. Thanks so much.